Amazing. I just received a text message as I began the video. What I'm going to talk to you about today is about circumstance. I don't always have good days, but I just got a text message as soon as I started the video. I don't receive that many text messages, so it felt like I got a bit of confirmation that what I'm doing is right, and things don't always work like that. It might sound crazy, but I don't always receive text messages, so I got a cool text message from a friend, so I feel good about that. But what do we do when things aren't going that well? I felt kind of like that this morning, like things weren't going that well, and I felt a lot of environmental pressure to not live life. Personally, I find it rather easy to do things. I find it rather easy to live life on a regular basis and pursue my hobbies, my activities. But I can see that not everybody thinks that way. And to do something that is truly excellent requires a bit of stamina, stubbornness, and a firm vision in mind. And what do you do when everyone is against you? I'm going to adjust my posture a little bit. It's a little like adjusting your posture. Sometimes we're in an uncomfortable position and we have to move ourselves a little bit. And while it might not be ideal, if you can nudge yourself a little bit, you're doing a good thing for yourself, even if it's not ideal. So the title of this video is how to go from an uncomfortable situation to success. That's not the title of the video. No. We get a lot of no in life, and we don't always get the reaction that we would like to get from people. And now, what that does is it puts a damper on very noble aspirations. If you get a lot of no in life, you start to doubt yourself. And what happens is you repress your desires in life. You repress and you retract maybe things that you have said. No. You repress and you regress. It doesn't happen to me a lot, but I see that it happens every so often, when a situation is bad. We are in a bad situation. That's just the circumstance that you find yourself in, but it's not up to you. You have the volition to do amazing things. If you find yourself in a bad situation, I would recommend not retreating, but rather adhering to a plan that you have set in mind, because that is the only way that we offer value to people, is to do things that are without any vested interest. It's like dealing with a baby. They don't always know what's right, but if you know, then you should do the right thing for them. Sure, taking into account their volition, but you should do the thing that would lead to a good outcome. To be able to predict a good outcome requires a repository of knowledge or wisdom of how to do things. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where there's not an ideal solution. So what I would do is like this. I'm not making the videos I want, and I don't think they're that good. But to me, it's a step in the right direction. There's a thing called a Pyrrhic victory. A Pyrrhic victory is, correct me if I'm wrong, winning the battle but losing the war. The corollary to that is losing the battle but winning the war. Right now I'm losing the battle because this video isn't that great and my rapport is abysmal. But even if I lose this battle, I might win the war because this is a step in the right direction. Even if you think it's bad, I can see that it's a net positive. To my way of understanding, if I keep practicing, don't rationalize yourself. Continue rationalizing yourself. Rationalizing yourself. I'm getting off track. See, that's what I mean. This isn't a good video by conventional standards, but I'm not a perfect person. Constructive imperfectionism. That's a word I coined before I made this video. It's not good to some people, but if I keep doing it, I might win the war, or get better, improve, and I won't take criticism as harshly. So to me, it's a net positive. Having a vision, a feeling for what is good in life, requires that you take some hits. If you take enough hits, I watch a lot of videos, and one of the things that I've heard is, and I'm paraphrasing, if you take some hits, or if you mess up in life, it's okay. Like, I don't get a lot of good feedback all the time. I hardly get any feedback, really. Usually most of it is negative, and like, things don't always go right. And if you're in the line of work that I'm in, art, people rarely compliment anything of worth. If you think about how people are, it has nothing to do with the quality of the thing that you are making. People are just that way. Good people, bad people. The thing is to adhere to the vision. Not everybody has vision. I'm checking the time. The way to improve vision, and I'm not talking about eye vision, is to have a firm conception of the things that you find admirable. Like, I'm thinking of people. The people that I admire are universally hated by many. I'm so used to this way of thinking that it's almost secondhand to me, that with a lot of success comes abuse and hatred. So it is with any type of endeavor. Constructive imperfectionism. When people bag on you, trash you, the imperative is to think that they are right, doubt yourself, accept conventional wisdom. But conventional wisdom is the way of fools. What I think is logic is a bulwark. I'm not sure what that word means, but I think it's a ship or something. It means even if things are going down, the ship stands fast. I think of a ship going through a heavy storm. Great. Logic is kind of like that bulwark where everything's going down, but offering value. I think that's what it is. Like, sometimes I doubt myself. In fact, I doubt myself often. But if you're offering value, then it's a net positive. Self-soothing. When life gets you down, self-soothing. I'm going to talk about self-soothing now. We get a lot of trash talking, baggage, and I have to do things to feel good about myself. Like, sometimes I'll just sit in bed. Like, if I don't feel good, even writing. Like, I don't think this is my best work. In fact, I'm embarrassed. This is not my best work, but it's good enough. So if people laugh at me, I'm going to cry. Really? I'm going to cry, and then I'll feel better later. Crying is not a resourceful way to get what you want. Resourceful means to me using minimal effort to achieve an aim. I think that by releasing these videos, I will improve my talking cadence to the point where I can disseminate more of these ideas I've been having in a longer format, because I would like to share my point of view with people about some of these core concepts. Like, this helps me to improve my station in life. And I'm a self-directed person. And even if I fail, within a certain range, then it's not failure to me. Self-soothing helps you to deal with trauma in a constructive way, as opposed to crying. Some self-soothing things you can do are writing, or taking a walk. The reason why writing is so interesting to me is I'm not always in a good mood when I write. But if I think it's going to be good, then it's profitable for me to write. In the sense that I know it's going to be good, net positive, and good in the sense that it will be helpful to people. And also I will feel good after writing it. Now, you might think, I don't know, if I write while feeling bad, isn't it going to be a bad product? But from where I'm standing, it's going to be a net positive, because sometimes you eat food. They say you're not supposed to eat things if you're in a bad mood. But life isn't ideal. But sometimes if I eat a meal in not such a good mood, if I'm not feeling that great, it doesn't really matter. That's just what I mean by being resourceful. If I felt awful, I might just not eat. But if I'm just feeling a little bad, and I predict that after eating I'll feel better, then I might just do it. It won't have any long-standing consequences. There are some consequences that would merit not taking an action. So like this video I'm creating, I felt not too good. This is not my best material, but for me it's a net positive material. like I get ideas, and creating a corpus or a body of information requires that you have reserve within yourself. Because I have reserve, I can make things, whether I'm feeling good or bad, whether I'm feeling bad, and the net positive is going to be a good time for everyone. I'm going to roll like the meditation minute is something that I'm comfortable doing. It's within a certain range. Whether I'm feeling good or bad, I can write something that will be okay.